Aquarius, let's start with your reading. Today, we're going to look into the energies around you at the moment, and then we will focus on the events coming up for you in the near future. Also, don't forget that the energies go both ways. Feel free to interpret the direction of the messages as it best resonate with your own personal situation. Now, let's begin. Okay. I get the sense right away, Aquarius, that you feel that in your environment or in a specific situation, there's not much going on right now. But that isn't necessarily the truth. What we see right here, in fact, with the main energy, the chariot, is that there's a lot of movement. But right now, there are two opposite elements that are coming together and nulling each other out. Positive and negative coming together, and there is nothing that actually you can see on the surface, but there is still a lot of movement, a lot of things that are going to show up around you and that are going to show you a very different side of the situation, a very different side of a person who perhaps you are thinking about. What are these energies about? We'll have to look into it. First of all, we see the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups right here, and you already see that major difference in between the energies on the surface and the ones underneath the surface. Right here, we see a clear message with these two cards. Someone is definitely hiding their feelings behind indecision. They want to appear as though they're not sure if they care about the situation, if they care about connection potentially, wanting to appear as someone who doesn't have any sort of urge to fix things or to take action. And right here, this could be you or the person you're thinking about, but overall, we see that the way this person feels deep down is completely different. With the Two of Cups, in fact, you see that they absolutely know what they want. And what they want is to connect, to hold you in their arms, to talk to you, to make sure that you're not going to drift away and potentially start seeing someone else. But again, given its position underneath the Two of Swords, this energy is pushed down by pride and fake indecision. Someone saying, I'm not actually sure at this point if I want this. I don't know if this is meant for me, if this is meant to be as well at this time. Maybe in the future, I need some time for myself and I need to explore, to go out there and have fun. But I can assure you that this person is just trying to convince themselves of something that they do not believe at all. There is a need for this Two of Swords person to know that you, if this is not you, you want to connect with them as well. Let me explain that better. If this is someone around you, they feel that by knowing that you want this, that you want to hear from them and be with them, they could gain more control over their own emotions and fully stick with their detached approach. But in the moment that they feel that you instead do not care about this and that you're ready to put yourself out there and start dating again, perhaps, that's when they fully lose control and they immediately want to talk to you. Definitely a complicated dynamic that shows a lot of insecurities and overall fear of being in a vulnerable position, fear of depending on someone else's decision. Just like when you send a message and then you're left into a waiting state, waiting for the other person now to respond. Someone is afraid of that waiting state right there. In the heart of the reading, we see Four of Wands, Eight of Swords, the Hermit. When did it all start to fall apart? The two of you truly seem as though you've had a lot of good times together. And at some point, you might have felt as if you were made for each other. Regardless of how things ended up, there has been and there still is perhaps a strong attraction between the two of you, physical, emotional, but now more than ever, someone is trying to fight that attraction, trying to convince themselves that they're better off alone. But obviously, it's like trying to convince someone of something that has no way to be proven and that it's too open to interpretation, making it hard to even argue. What I see here with this Eight of Swords is something that at some point got broken. Someone did or said something which deeply hurt the other person at the time. And now this wounded ego or even guilt for having said and done this thing is blocking the truth, which is this Four of Wands, the need for a reconciliation. I feel here, Aquarius, that you are overall tired of this dynamic. You don't like what this has become and how it makes you feel. And honestly, you're starting to have major doubts on what you should do right now and what you should be focusing on at this point as well. Yes, there is love and there is still a deep connection, but how long can I be attached to someone who behaves this way, who wants me or who wants to make this work and go through the issues just when I give up? What type of dynamic is that going to be, and how sustainable can it be? You're definitely not showing emotions anymore. You're not angry, you're not sad, you're just detached. And this person is going crazy about that. But as far as you go, you currently are not in touch. And for now, you feel okay about it. Not having expectations from this person is actually freeing you up and freeing you out of a limbo that for too long you were maybe stuck in. And you feel that right now, since you're not depending on this person's words and actions or lack thereof, you're more free. And that overall, it's already an accomplishment. There is something coming up here which looks like some sort of celebration, an anniversary, maybe a birthday, a situation where the two of you maybe are supposed to get in touch. Now, this could be a real event or just a end date that this person has set their mind to, telling themselves, I'm going to resist my urge to call, to send a message, to reach out. I'm going to wait up to that date. And then if I haven't heard from my Aquarius, then I'll reach out, or at least I'll think about reaching out. And this is very interesting because what we see here is that in order to be able to stick to their approach, detached approach, without feeling that all is going to be lost, they created this type of milestone, or better, checkpoint, after which they would have made a move. Having this hangman energy over here, we know that you are not giving in, Aquarius. You perhaps feel right here that you're not wanting to put yourself in that precarious position. And perhaps you also know that with this person, the more you try, the less you achieve. It feels to me like you already know that this person is one of those people who need to work things out within themselves. And the more you try to walk towards them, to meet them halfway, the farther they get. And you were right about this, because this person is understanding that they have to wake up and take a risk for once, regardless of how that could make them appear. Enough of these games, of these battles for supremacy. You want something? Work the courage to go out there and get it. It's that simple. This is clearly a message that wants to let you know something that you might have not thought about right now as well. It feels like overall you gave up on this, Aquarius, and in a way you're just waiting for it to get out of your system. But it comes back at times. It keeps coming back, and you're not 100% sure as to why. From what we see coming up here, this connection could still be successful, if I had to be honest with you, but it needs something that could have been found just in this time apart. And it's important for you right now to stand your ground, because if you give in, you're just going to eventually be back to square one. There's some sort of redo coming in, and we need to look into what this is going to be in order to understand what the long-term potential could be. And so let's look into this incoming energy. Let's see what this missing element is. Let's see what this person is going to do after that checkpoint that they have created for themselves. Are they going to reach out? Are they going to do anything at all? But let's see especially how your own individual path is going to evolve from this moment forward. Are you going to be stuck into the memories, or are you going to be able to move forward and not be impacted by this anymore? Let's see what this person is going to do in the near future and how this incoming energy is bound to evolve in the distant future. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Aquarius, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free, personal, 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Aquarius. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the upcoming energies is the Queen of Cups. And obviously right here, we see someone who has made a move. This could be a message, a conversation, some sort of reveal. And the important thing with the Queen of Cups is knowing that this person is being honest about their feelings. This, to me, feels like someone who has looked at themselves in the mirror, and overall, they realized that they were the only obstacle in between their current reality and their desired outcome, which from what I'm seeing here is definitely being with you, talking to you, hugging you, holding you, feeling your physical presence right next to them. And so Six of Cups, definitely someone who is missing you. And with this Nine of Cups, someone who has only one wish right now: to go back in time, to fix things before this Eight of Swords, which is, by the way, in the very heart of the reading, that turning point after which they regretted every single thing that they have done that day and afterwards. So let's see what this incoming energy is going to be about. I feel that this move is going to impact you somehow. Doesn't mean that you're going to go back to this person, but it's going to shake things up for you as well. So Aquarius, let's see what this is going to be and how it's bound to evolve in the future. Let's start by clarifying this Queen of Cups energy. All right, speaking of honesty, look at this Two of Cups on the Two of Cups. Wow, this person is not kidding around. The first thing that we see right here, right next to the Eight of Swords, is